as the disgraced BBC News reporter Huw Edwards pleaded guilty to 3 charges of indecent images. He has now been asked by the BBC to return more than £200,000 worth of his salary that he took, claiming to be suffering from mental health. Hi there, and thank you for joining me in another video at the channel Just Gone Viral. If you're new here, smash the subscribe button to be part of the family and the community. And in this video we look at Huw Edwards, who has been requested by the BBC to return more than £200,000 worth of his salary. Huw Edwards has been asked by the BBC to hand back more than £200,000 salary he earned after being arrested in November on charges of child images. The ex-presenter behaved in bad faith in continuing to take his salary, despite knowing what he had done, said the BBC chair, Samir Sar, in a letter to the staff. Huw Edwards, who is the former disgraced BBC News reporter, was the most high-profile newsreader for the BBC. He continued to earn his salary for 5 months after he was arrested on 3 counts with regards to images of children. He was suspended in July last year and arrested 4 months later. He did not resign from the BBC until April. Mr. Shah said Edwards had been living a double life, as someone who on the face of it was a much admired broadcaster, but who had betrayed the trust of staff and his audiences. He said the broadcaster was the villain of the piece, and that the victims are those children for whose degrading he provided a market for. Huw Edwards pleaded guilty in July to 3 counts of making images of children. The offences are alleged to have taken place between 2020 and 2022, and relate to 37 images that were shared on a WhatsApp chat, according to the Metropolitan Police. The BBC have not confirmed whether legal proceedings will be undertaken if Huw Edwards refuses to pay back his salary. The Director General, Tim Davie, confirmed in an interview last week that the corporation knew the presenter had been arrested over the most serious category of instances regarding images of children in November. In a statement, the BBC board said it was supportive of the decision taken by the Director General and his team during this period. It added that if Huw Edwards had been upfront when asked by the BBC about his arrest, we would never have continued to pay him public money. He has clearly undermined the trust of the BBC and brought us into disrepute. The statement also said that the board has agreed to look at lessons from this, including the BBC's approach to the rules surrounding payments when employees are suspended. It noted that while the nature of the charges relate to his own personal life, the board believes that these events have also put a spotlight and also questions of power and imbalance in the workplace at the BBC. The BBC has also announced a new independent review into workplace culture. The review will include work already being taken within the BBC, as well as working with the rest of the industry as appropriate. More information, including the leadership of the review, will be announced in early September. The Culture Secretary welcomed the review and said that public trust in the BBC is essential. BBC staff must feel able and safe in the workplace and be confident that if non-editorial complaints are raised, then they will be acted upon and dealt with fairly and decisively. Miss Nancy added that she had spoken to the BBC chair in the past week to convey these points in the interest of the public. The BBC has contacted Huw Edwards' lawyers for comment, but nothing has been received yet. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that Huw Edwards should pay this money back to the public purse and the taxpayer? And if he decides not to, that legal proceedings should take place against him, just like everybody else? I hope you enjoyed the video and the content. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.